Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card tarot readings for the week of April 10th. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Lapis Lazuli, the Light Seers Tarot with Amethyst, and the Tarot de Marseille with Obsidian. We also have 4 different Oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's fine if you're drawn to more than one, and you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Oops. Alright, let's throw down the cards. Don't panic. With the Hermit reversed at the bottom of your deck, let me... this should be well framed for you. Yeah, that'll do. All right. Group 1, I think the main danger for you for this week is over-isolation / not letting other people in. That second phrase isn't exactly the right one, but here's what I'm trying to get at. Sometimes we need another person to serve as a mirror off which to, bounce ideas off of, or show us what it is that we're not seeing and that kind of thing. And I have the feeling that, especially with the Two of Cups and the Hermit reversed here, I almost always... the Hermit reversed, I almost always read as over-isolation. And with the Two of Cups where it is right next to the Hermit, especially in the context of the reading as a whole, which we'll definitely get to, it comes to me as a week where it's really important for you to lean on, well, not necessarily lean on, but to really make sure that your door is open, or that if someone else has their door open, to lean on that. Because I have the feeling that there might even have been something that happened last week, or that might happen this week, that is a bitter pill to swallow, coming with these two things. And you know what? I might as well give the disclaimer that I give every time I pull the Ten of Swords. It's in reverse, but it's one of these cards that I read the same either way, really. The Ten of Swords is a card of feeling like it's the end of the world, but it's really not. And what I want to point out is that, the sun is rising in the background here, and sometimes in order to begin the next thing, something has to end, or sometimes an ending, no matter how dramatic it is in the moment, is actually setting us up for the next thing. And if in your mind, coming back to this Two of Cups here, one of the 2 only upright cards in your entire reading, if no one is coming to mind, I would invite you to think harder, because what made me say that just now is this 4 of Cups reversed at the top of your cross. It might be that there is someone who has something to offer you, but that you're not aware, or at least not open to the offering that is being given to you. So I would invite you to really, this is a week for you to tap into the abundance that is available to you. You might not realize it because, when we're going through times of disappointment, it can be difficult to recognize the things that we have to have grateful for. And that's where someone outside of you can serve as the mirror to show you that. And I would really, really encourage you to be open to that this week, and especially not to give in to the temptation of over-isolation, because I have the feeling that for those of you who need to hear this the most, the notion of over-isolation will, I anticipate resistance of, but you don't understand, Sid, my situation is different. I really do have to be all alone for this. No. Oh boy, that was a mic drop right there. So thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. Let's take a look at the cards. That's Death. This is the Six of Swords, Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands reversed, and Knight of Cups. I'm naming the cards out loud, also in part for myself. I'm still getting to know this deck. This should be almost perfect for you. Ooh, it's a little crooked. Give me something like that should be better. Yeah, close enough. Group 2, this is looking really exciting, actually. I think that this is looking like a potentially, it's looking like potentially a watershed week for you. It's looking like whatever transformation that you have been in the process of going through, you might start to reach the point where you're walking downhill towards this new life, triggered referring to the Ace of Cups here, the Six of Swords here, a card of changing your perspective, and especially the Nine of Wands reversed. It's looking like this has been, whether accurate or not, I have the feeling that you feel like this transformation has been difficult, and based on what I know about, things in general, my money would be on, yeah, it probably was. But to know that, don't listen to your intuition and just trust that I have the feeling that it's going to get better for you. I'm really excited by this Death, Ace of Cups, Six of Swords combo here. And I have the feeling that it's putting you in a better position to deal with what this week has to throw at you. Just follow your heart, which is the meme phrase I always use for the Knight of Cups, and trust that no matter how difficult things have been up until this point, that it is what has participated in setting you up to be in the good position that you are for this week. So that was a mic drop right there. So I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. I'm going to pick up your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below if you're still even here. I'll see you at your Oracle card reading. All right, group 3. Let's see what we got for you. Ooh. Interesting. Really? Okay. If you picked the Marseille deck last week as well, you'll understand what made me say that. But it's looking, well, actually, it's too difficult. It's too early for me to tell. This is well placed for you. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 3, I really can't shake the feeling that a bunch of you also picked the Marseille deck last week. I remember last week's reading like it was yesterday, wink, wink. But for those of you who have never heard of me or who did not, this is also relevant to you. Just bear with me, okay? I'm speaking to everyone, but this is looking like a busy week, and it's looking like the Empress here, or the Popus. No, the Popus is number 2. Anyway, it's looking like the Empress has rallied the people that she is collaborating with. And remember, we all have all 78 cards inside of us, so any card can be any gender. So yeah, I'm not really reading gender into these. I'm just talking about the person depicted on the cards. But it's looking like a week where, and I'm not even sure if you're the Pope or the Empress here, but no matter which one you are, and for some of you, I have a bias towards picking that you're the Empress because you were also here last week in this position. But I have the feeling that whatever detail that you might have noticed it's looking like a week for you to finally get to the bottom of some missing detail in order to get to where you want to go, basically. Another thing that leapt out at me while I was staring at these cards is the progression of wands here. First of all, the sheer amount of wands in this reading is giving me the impression that this is a very busy, very dynamic, very active week for you, Group 3. But we have the 7, 8, and 9 of wands coming to the 3 of swords at the bottom of your deck here. 3 corresponding with the number of the Empress card. It's looking like, first of all, if you are the Pope, I would strongly recommend you pay attention to the empresses in your life for this week. And remember, the empress in your life in particular could be a man or anything else. So just keep that in mind. But I have a really strong feeling that most of you might actually be the empress. But for those of you that I'm leaving out by making that assumption, just pay attention to the empress, because it's looking like an opportunity to unlock the floodgates and open them and really let the flowery juices of passion and creativity flow to a completion. Because again, we have the 7, 8, and 9. I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, okay. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if the 10 of wands was under this 3 here, but it's not, and I'm not going to dig through the whole deck, but you get the idea. So just know that no matter who you are in this reading, and I almost forgot to mention this, you have a crown on your head symbolizing the wisdom and the readiness to deal with the issues that this week throws at you with mastery, for lack of a better phrase. So go at it. And again, just know that you are good enough for these challenges. And if you are the one noticing things, or maybe you noticed something last week that other people around you didn't notice, and you finally persuaded them, graduating them in their wisdom so that they can run back and grab the thing that you noticed, then great. Keep playing into that. Don't gloat. But yeah, keep playing into that. And if this is your first time seeing a reading like this, just know that sometimes the devil is in the details, and if you notice that, that's what can really get the ball rolling, basically. But ultimately, it's looking like a really good week for you, Group 3. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. If you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump ahead a couple seconds. Actually, let's see. Yeah, the 6 of wands. Okay, anyway. Okay, it's time for the Oracle cards. This should be, well, centered, something like that. All right. Group A, your card is, what is this? The Joyous. This is I Ching hexagram number 58. And the keywords are happiness, delight, interaction, open communication, goodwill, friendly persuasion, self-expression. Well, if this isn't a good omen, I don't know what is. This is awesome. It's looking like a week of celebration, looking like a week of great interaction with the people around you. There's one group in particular that could really use it. You probably know who you are. And if you also picked Group A, you can take that as a good omen to come out of your shell, basically. But for everyone else, just enjoy the people around you, and remember that joy is something to be given and to be accepted. It's something you give and you receive. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Group B, your card is Last Quarter Moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Well, this is the funny thing is, this fits with most, it fits with most readings of the readings that I gave. This is really awesome. Wait, be proud of yourself. If the last quarter moon is in Taurus, that means the sun is in Leo. Yeah, that's a good fit. So remember, don't sell yourself short for this week, Group B. And remember that, you know, as long as you don't get cocky, it's okay to acknowledge the successes and acknowledge the good qualities that you bring to the table. And as a matter of fact, when I said don't get cocky just before, for those of you who picked this card, I don't even think that's a big risk. I think this is a time for you to step into the spotlight and really be that champion that you need to be this week and that you can be this week. Group C, your Egyptian god is with exploration, a message of exploration. So this is a pretty straightforward invitation to be open to new ideas, be open to new ways of doing things. Given the 3 readings that I gave, I'm not getting a strong sense of geographic exploration or travel. I'm really getting the vibe of exploration in ways of thinking, ways of acting, ways of behaving, ways of interrelating with the people around you. So just be open to that spark of innovation and to do things differently. Group D, your card is Extremism, Mercury in Scorpio. Give me a second to stare at this card. It's funny, given the readings that I gave, I have the feeling that this is an invitation and a warning all rolled into one. Because Mercury in Scorpio is Mercury using the tools of Mars, right? So I think you're being invited to, it's okay to spread the word and to spread your message out there. But there's a warning you're being invited to find the balance between speaking your truth and spreading your message out there versus literally shoving it in people's faces. So that's the inherent warning. But I don't think, especially not with the readings that I gave, I wouldn't take this as a warning against putting yourself out there at all. Locking yourself in, for lack of a better phrase, probably is not something you want to do, but just be mindful of to not overdo it, basically. But do put yourself out there. So that is what I have for you for this week. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like. It would really help me out. And besides that, y'all have a great week. You take care. I'll see you soon.